Good evening, teacher Steve. This is David, and this is my second term video for the ELT for adults subject. Well, now that we are on the home straight of this study course, I want to take this opportunity to reflect on the things that we learned in the second part of the course. First, what I consider was one of the most important parts of this second period was having the opportunity to review the different language teaching methodologies that are available for us out there. Although most of us are maybe familiar to these elements and to these methodologies and approaches, sometimes we tend to forget how useful they may be for our students, or that different methodologies have elements that can be useful for our context. And even if we remember very well the elements of the methodologies and the approaches to teach languages, sometimes we get to feel or to think that maybe we cannot apply those methodologies to our context and we avoid them. But at the end, when we have the opportunity to review them once again, we figure out that maybe some concepts can be actually applied. For example, I remember that when I was doing the activity regarding this topic, I kind of forgot the Suggestopedia methodology, but when I could review it once again, I remember some elements of how to create a good atmosphere for my students in the classroom. Another important part of this topic, the topic regarding the methodologies, was having the opportunity to clarify some concepts, some basic concepts of the methodologies and the approaches. For example, I remember how I thought that the direct method and the natural approach and also the immersion approach were like kind of the same thing with different names, because all of them were based on using the target language as much as possible in the classroom. But in the end, I found out that they were very different in essence. On the other hand, I also found very useful to revise the beliefs we have behind our practice. And the reasons that created those beliefs or that made us get those beliefs permeating our practice or teaching practice. It was very interesting to find out how influencing they are, and also how most of these beliefs came from the moment or the period we were taught English. In fact, we kind of inherited some elements of our own teachers when we were students ourselves. Also, it was very interesting to notice how many of my students and my partners identify themselves as following the communicative approach in their lessons and in their classes. But when we got to discuss what a communicative approach actually implies, our definitions were very different. And it reminded me to an article that I read by Richards titled "Communicative Language Teaching Today," in which he states that, and I am going to quote this, that the majority of language teachers today, when asked to identify the methodology they employ in their classrooms, mention communicative as the methodology of choice. However, when pressed to give a detailed account of what they mean by communicative, explanations vary widely. So this part of the forum in which we discussed about the communicative approach made me think that maybe we feel like we are following a communicative approach, in fact, in our classes, but maybe we are not doing it actually, or maybe we have very different concepts regarding that. Last but not least, I also want to say that I really like finishing the course by reviewing the importance of ICTs in the language classroom. Although most of us had already taken the new technologies applied to language classroom course in the degree in the classes in the degree. I think that there is a huge difference between the moment we did so and the moment we are passing through right now regarding the COVID-19 pandemic, which took us by surprise and pushes to adapt ourselves in a very quick way. Therefore, having the opportunity to understand the relevance of ICTs and to know some models to apply them in our classrooms was very useful and was a way to ease our practice in this situation that we are having worldwide. So I think that's enough for this video. I want to say that I am really thankful for having you as a teacher. I feel that I learned a lot from the course, and I hope to see you again, Teacher Steve. I wish you the best for you and your family, and my best regards. Thank you.